In other news tonight, former President Biden's office has announced that he's been diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. The cancer spread to the bone, and Mr. Biden and his family are reviewing treatment options with his doctors. The statement said the cancer appears to be hormone sensitive, which means there are treatment options available. The diagnosis came on Friday after he'd experienced urinary symptoms earlier in the week. Mr. Biden is 82 years old. Tens of thousands of people gathered in St. Peter's Square for Pope Leo XIV's inaugural Mass. To greet them, the pontiff used the Pope-mobile for the first time. During the Mass, Leo was visibly moved as he received two important symbols of the papacy, the lamb's wool stole and the fisherman's ring. The pontiff laid out his vision for the church and its 1.4 billion followers.
In our time, we still see too much discord, too many wounds caused by hatred, violence, prejudice, the fear of difference, and an economic paradigm that exploits the earth's resources and marginalizes the poorest. For our part, we want to be a small leaven of unity, communion, and fraternity.
Among the world leaders attending the Mass was Vice President J.D. Vance. He led a U.S. delegation that included Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Vance and Rubio later met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who also attended. Tomorrow, President Trump is to speak by phone with Russian President Vladimir Putin about a possible ceasefire in Ukraine. The Israeli military said today that its forces have begun extensive ground operations in Gaza. This as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced Israel will allow some food into Gaza in hopes of easing a worsening hunger crisis. The IDF said airstrikes in northern and southern Gaza killed dozens of Hamas members. Gazan health officials say more than 100 people died, including women and children, and that the air assault forced northern Gaza's main hospital to close. Israel blames the deaths on Hamas, saying the group operates in civilian areas. The FBI has identified a 25-year-old man as the person responsible for yesterday's explosion outside a fertility clinic in Palm Springs. Officials say it was an intentional act of terrorism and that the suspect's writings exhibit nihilistic beliefs. He was killed in the blast, 4 others were injured. The FBI revealed today that the suspect tried to live stream the attack, but the video failed to upload. The head of the clinic said all the eggs and embryos at the facility have been saved. Still to come on PBS News Weekend, what the dismissal of hundreds of scientists could mean for a flagship climate change report, and looking back at the devastating eruption of Mount St. Helens.
This is PBS News Weekend from the David M. Rubenstein studio at WETA in Washington, home of the PBS NewsHour, weeknights on PBS.